So guys, welcome back to the channel, and as you can see here in front of us we have two lawnmowers. We have my Mountfield and my tecumseh lawnmower. So they've been here over the winter time in the stick shed. It's just good midway through winter to start them up, and then obviously if there's anything broken I can go ahead and fix it. So when it comes to the cutting season, it's ready to go. I know that lawnmower, that Mountfield is running, except it's the clock mechanism at the top that starts it. Went bang, and just all the rope came out, so I'm gonna have to fix that. So guys, I'm just here at the tecumseh. Now, one thing you have to make sure, if you're ever the type of carburetor that's on this is kind of a bowl mechanism and a float. So there's your float. So it runs on a gravity feed. So when that bowl goes down, it fills the bowl up with fuel. That shuts off. It's kind of like a water trough if you've ever seen or a drinker. It's the same thing principle. So when the float goes down, it fills it with fuel. So on this, it has a chrome or a brass float. Usually they'd be plastic, but this chrome one is original. Thankfully it's working perfect. But there's little jets. So this is the nut that seals the bottom bowl onto the actual carburetor itself. If we can get it to focus at all. Come on. So as you can see, there's a bit of dirt in here. So that's supposed to be a hole there. There's supposed to be holes on the sides. As you can see, they're all dirty. They're all clogged up with dirt. That just happens with dirty fuel. And sure, just a bit of work and stuff. Inside the bowl itself is clean enough, but you can see a few little lumps of dirt and stuff. That's all floating around the bowl. Just going to dump that out. The best thing is never, if you had a full tank of fuel, you cannot do this, otherwise the float would just spew fuel everywhere. So I reckon if you have a full tank of fuel and you want to do this, you're best off just taking off the fuel line, putting the fuel line to have like a container here, and just put the fuel line into that, and it will drain your tank, but it won't. You'll save your fuel, as you know, fuel prices. So anyway, I'm going to go and get some WD-40 and clean around the bowl, clean all them jets. You just spray it in. Once you see it's all clean, put it back together, and then she'll be ready to rock and roll. So you probably wonder, I have it all nice and clean. So as you can see, there's the jet. They call it a jet. It's a little hole, and that runs down and that pumps out this side. So if you squirt in liquid, and then there's a little one there as well, they're all very important, as they can get gunged up very easily. As if you know, petrol goes off, but also solidifies. So that's what happens. And then it's 99%. It is the cause of 99% of carburetor problems. I am using an adjustable, but you just be nice and easy. Yeah, you just tighten her up. There's no problem with that. Sometimes you might have to take the float out. I usually then, if I'm going to do that, I take the whole carburetor off the lawnmower and take it apart on a bench. But this is just, I know it's spotless inside, except that fuel sits in here, and that's where it goes off. That's where it solidifies and then blocks the jets, and then from there the engine will never start. That's the bottom line. So it has to be cleaned. So I get a lot of questions about asking when I've restored a lawnmower and stuff like that, what was actually wrong with them. These are just from this, not from my YouTube. This is just from people in general. When I say what I do. Now, as you can see, that's tight. So it's all about eliminating problems, really. There's not a lot to these little engines. First thing I check is it's stuck. Once the piston runs around grand and the valves are okay, that's great. That means your engine is free. Then next I start looking at electrical. So if I'm actually getting spark, once I'm getting spark and I have compression, it's all down to fuel and your carburetor. I clean up my carburetor, put in new fuel, and away you go. That's all, and that's the basics of it anyway. So also I give them a full oil change. I'm actually going to give this an oil change. Will come when it comes to actually cutting the grass, as the oil has been in it. It's been a year anyway. And it's done some serious amount of work, so I'll give it an oil change. I'm going to put a bit of fuel in her, get her running, warm it up, then shut her off, put her back in the shed, ready for August anyway. Just should be nothing wrong with it. And now onto the mountfield. So yeah, that's what's happening. It is a bit cold still, so it's not going to run as best as me. But I'm going to let her warm up and she'll sound so much better. So, while the tecumseh warms up outside, I'm going to start work on this. I don't think it's going to be a quick fix. We'll have to wait and see. I'm just loosening off the bolts on top of the head. That holds the mechanism. Hopefully it's just a loose fitting. We'll have to wait and see. As you can be definitely proved wrong. A lot of these diagnoses, what's actually wrong. But what can I expect? Yeah, I think the cock mechanism is definitely gone. I'm just going to park the mower out of the way, as this is what we're actually working on. We don't want to put the, we can actually going to put the holes for it, as we might have to bring this down to the workshop to fix it. Just going to put these back on. Obviously, you can't run it without it, but it should be running once again soon enough. Just these happen. A little clock mechanism. It's one of those things. I have to go down to the workshop and start working that the headstock. I think it's after expanding in there. As you can see, the rope has jammed. So hopefully, it's not an easy fix, but we'll try and fix it. It's nothing broken. It's just about getting it all back where it should be. Right. I'm just gonna see what the tecumseh is at. As you can hear, it's sounding a lot better. Ticking over there nicely. So guys, welcome back. As you can see, this is take 2. So when I actually went to put it there, the spring went in it. That was yesterday. And then last night I put it back on, but this time I had to put screws where the spring meets this top cover here on the mechanism inside, so that it's actually held securely. What happened was it just came away. The plastic didn't really help, so I screwed it together, made a much stronger connection. I'll just trying it there now. Should fire. Yes, very good. So there we go, guys. That is the lawnmower, my little mountfield, running again. I know that switch is a bit faulty. I'll get a new switch for that when I can get a switch. Obviously. So there we go, guys. I hope you enjoyed today's video of me just working on my tecumseh on my mountfield lawnmower. Hope you learned something new, a few tips, and yeah. If you want any questions on the lawnmowers, leave them in the comments, and I'm sure to get back to you. Yeah, thanks for watching, and yeah, I'll see you again soon. Bye for now.